This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, as our area braces for a winter storm, Pennsylvania's governor declares a state of emergency. Hello everyone, good to have you back, and if you're watching for the first time, welcome. I'm Ken Kara, and before we get to the information, remember you can watch FYI in HD online and on Service Electric Cablevision channel 513. Now your headlines from FYI and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. A winter storm that is expected to arrive in our area on Saturday, and Governor Tom Wolf today, he declared a state of emergency. The governor says that declaring an emergency allows the Commonwealth to deliver state resources wherever they're needed as quickly as possible. The declaration also waives time-consuming bid and contract procedures and other formalities. We will have much more on the winter forecast a little later on the show. A Hazleton man has been charged with homicide in connection with the death of 23-year-old Jose Alberto Concepcion. 21-year-old Juan Carlos Perez is charged with criminal homicide, arson, and more. Concepcion's body was discovered Tuesday night by state police along a dirt road along North Park Drive in the Humboldt Industrial Park in Hazel Township. State police then discovered that the Hazleton Police Department was investigating an arson involving a vehicle the victim had used earlier that day. According to our media partner, the Standard Speaker, arrest papers state that Concepcion was shot in the head. The shot came from a stolen gun. Perez was arraigned before District Magistrate James Dixon and committed to the Luzerne County Prison. A man from Plymouth is dead following a terrible two-car crash just after midnight. It happened in the area of 8th and Church Streets in Hazleton. Officers found a blue Pontiac Sunfire with significant damage to the driver's side. The driver, 55-year-old Jerome Sienkiewicz, was trapped inside. Police also discovered a gray Audi A8 with front end damage, but no driver. Sienkiewicz had to be extricated by the Hazleton Fire Department. He was transported to Lehigh Valley Hospital, where he died from his injuries. A short time later, the operator of the Audi, 24-year-old Eddie Casado of Hazleton, reported to police. He too was taken to the hospital for treatment. Police determined that Sienkiewicz was traveling east on 8th Street and attempted to travel onto Church Street. He was struck by Casado, who was traveling south on Church Street. The investigation is continuing. Hazleton police are also investigating a burglary at the J&J Fish and Meat Market on North Wyoming Street. Someone broke the front window, entered the store, and made off with an undetermined amount of money. The burglary occurred just after 5 this morning. Anyone with information is asked to call Hazleton Police at 570-459-4940. It looks like a controversial cell phone tower will not be constructed near the Valley Elementary Middle School in Sugarloaf Township. Last week, we told you that Bill and Gabrielle Gatos expressed concerns over plans to place a Verizon cell phone tower 440 feet from the school their children attend. The Hazleton Area School District signed a contract in November allowing the tower's construction. Assistant Business Manager Robert Krasansky says the request to build the tower was voluntarily withdrawn. While he has not yet received the official paperwork, he is confident the deal is dead. The district would have received $1,500 a month in rent for the proposed tower. A Hazleton restaurant does not need zoning approval to allow hookah smoking in their business. A zoning hearing was set for last night before the Hazleton Zoning Hearing Board for the Second Base Bar and Restaurant on Broad Street in downtown Hazleton. However, the restaurant's owner withdrew the hearing request because she is already in compliance. That's because hookah smoking complies with a smoking exemption that the business has already secured from the state. And because the second base is under the jurisdiction of the state's Liquor Control Board, it must close at 2 a.m. like other bars. Well, you're invited to take part in Prayer for Christian Unity. Lisa Sugart has the details.
A special event will be taking place on Sunday, January 24th at 3 p.m. and it's happening at St. John Byzantine Church in Hazleton. It is called Prayer for Christian Unity. Here to tell us all about it is Father Jerome, who is the pastor of St. John's Byzantine Church in Hazleton. First of all, thank you so much, Father Jerome, for being here with us today. Tell us how this came about, that this special day is being held.
Well, one thing is we know that Jesus himself prayed that all Christians would be one. And so through the ages, people have been coming together and encouraging each other in prayer. At the beginning of the 20th century, there grew a movement so that now around the world, this 1 week in January, from the 18th to the 25th, there are prayers for Christian unity. And so we're hosting, the Greater Hazleton Ministerium is hosting prayer for Christian unity at St. John's Church in Hazleton.
Now, who is invited to attend?
Well, any Christians are welcome to attend, and I would hope that the various pastors would be encouraging their people and would come themselves. Will be led, the prayers will be led by pastors from around the area, so that we'll be sharing the responsibility, even though it's hosted in the church where I'm pastor. Each of the different pastors will be taking on different roles of leadership at the prayer service. And the prayer service involves prayers and hymns that would be from different Christian traditions.
In the wake of what is happening in our world, so much violence, Christians being persecuted, how important is it for everyone to come together?
Yeah, it's not just religious persecution, but also there's a great desire to divide and to persecute people in many different facets of life. And so I think anytime we can come together and pray that God keep us united in what is most important, that's a good thing for us to do. Yeah.
Right. Now, this is taking place again Sunday, January 24th, 3 p.m., St. John Byzantine Catholic Church in Hazleton. If anybody wants to contact you in advance, where do they reach you?
They can reach me at the church, area code 570-454-1142, or by email, jeromeofm@yahoo.com.
And obviously, you're hoping to have a very nice turnout for this event.
I hope so, yes. There's a reception afterwards, so, come and not just to pray together, but also to get a chance to know each other so that we can better love one another as God intends us to love one another.
Very well said. Thank you so very much. Again, it's a prayer for Christian unity. You are cordially invited.
Thanks a lot, Lisa. Coming up next, Krista Schneider from the Downtown Hazleton Alliance for Progress is here, and she has all the details on the upcoming First Friday event in Hazleton, and there's pizza involved, so stay tuned. And later, Wednesday was a huge night in local sports, so grab a snack and get comfortable as we take you to a banner ceremony at Penn State Hazleton and much more.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Well, love is in the air. That is the theme for this year's First Friday celebration for February already. I can't believe it has come up that quickly. Krista Schneider is here every month to tell us what's happening with all these First Friday festivities. That's a tongue twister. Yeah. She is the executive director of the Downtown Hazleton Alliance for Progress. You hit this one. I mean, they've all been great in the past, but I think you really hit this one out of the park.
Yeah, well, I think people really like to have the love theme. Like they get creative. They like to have different ideas for making things special.
So tell them, I read your list and I was very impressed. Everything from weddings to a psychic. I mean, there is everything in this.
That's right. If you want to know if you're going to be lucky in love in 2016, you go to the shop too. You can have your fortune told, tarot card readings, the whole works. If you want to try on dresses for that special someone, either to get married or the prom even, the Lagom Paradise is having a ladies' night out, so you could go, dress up. You could even win a necklace if you go.
That's a beautiful bridal boutique right here in downtown Hazleton.
Right here, right above the Pines. So she's having that promotion. Metallos is having a neat package deal where you could rent a tuxedo for Valentine's Day or First Friday for a very low price and win a chance for, I think it's up to $500 off a photo package from Fayok Photography. Wow! So a lot of ideas. You could you get fit at Core Fitness. You could, if you're interested in jewelry, of course, you could go to Felons, fill out your wish list. There's also a Stella and Dot trunk show, jewelry sale that's being hosted by Brandon's Forever Home. There's Valentine's crafts for kids at the library. There's even an open house at a new event and decorating business here right across the street. Expressions, event planning and decorating. There's Mayor Cassatt is carrying on the tradition started last year of offering weddings either renewal of vows or new marriage at the Markle Building that evening. But if people are interested in tying the knot, they need to have everything in order and schedule that through City Hall by February 1st. So that's right around the corner. The Art League's having a special exhibit, romantic art exhibit that evening. It's an opening reception. Heart-shaped pizzas at Frankie's. There's even a tango class you could take at Facets of Dance. And then, of course, if you do get married, you could even have a free champagne toast at the Pines. So lots of good things there. Telecaribe is actually offering the opportunity for folks to go on their channel live and proclaim their love for somebody on air. So that's kind of neat. And then free show at the Sanctuary, as always, for First Friday.
Wow, great things happening for the First Friday. It's taking place Friday, February 5th in downtown Hazleton. For more information, go to
downtownhazelton.org.
You heard it from Krista. There is so much happening at this First Friday. Please come on down and support it and have a great Valentine's Day.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
Holy Sheets with the MTO is going on. I don't know if any of that made sense, but here's the deal. Sheets on 309 in Hazel Township has a new sign, and here's some video of them taking the old one down, and it's a good thing that they got it down before the storm. Here's our News 13 weather forecast from the National Weather Service. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 16 degrees. There'll be a northwest wind from 7 to 9 miles per hour. 4-day outlook as we head toward the weekend. Friday, partly sunny with a high in the upper 20s. Friday night, there is a 50% chance of snow, mainly after 1 a.m. It will be cloudy with a low of 18 degrees, and we can get snow accumulation, possibly around an inch. And the snow is coming on Saturday. We'll have more information tomorrow about how much we could get Saturday. Snow likely cloudy with a high near 27. Saturday night, 70% chance of snow, mostly cloudy with a low around 17 on Sunday. Mostly sunny with a high near 28. Sunday night, partly cloudy. We'll get down to 15 degrees. Monday, partly sunny with a high near 33. And then Monday night, mostly cloudy with a low of 23 degrees. All right, let's move on to our midday winning lottery numbers here on FYI. Pick 2, 81, pick 3, 228, pick 4, 1256, and pick 5, 08190. Here comes Law Talk. After that, a whole lot of local sports when we come back.
Hello again and welcome to Law Talk. Today we're going to talk about another part of our auto insurance coverage. It's a very important part. A part that you don't have to buy, a part that you're not required to buy by law, but it's a part of the coverage that we think is very important, and that is uninsured motorist coverage and underinsured motorist coverage, and Alexis will tell you about that.
Uninsured and underinsurance coverage is not mandated by Pennsylvania law. So if you're filling out your insurance paperwork, you're looking to get insurance for a vehicle, you're not mandated to get the un or underinsurance coverage. We strongly advise our clients to get the un- and underinsurance coverage for several reasons. One being individuals, we have deadbeat drivers, for example. You have a driver who wants to get a vehicle, wants to get their registration, they have car insurance, and then a couple months later they decide not to pay the premiums. Therefore, they become uninsured. If you're hit by an uninsured driver and you don't have uninsured coverage, then there's no remedy for you. There's no claim that you can take for recovery regarding that accident. For underinsurance coverage, if you're struck by somebody who has the minimal coverage, which would be $15,000, and you have significant injuries, then you're also in a tight spot, because if you don't have underinsurance coverage, you're not able to make a claim for additional recovery. And in Pennsylvania, the law says that $15,000 is the minimum coverage that one needs to have in order to be an insured driver on the road. Having said that, if you're struck by somebody who has minimal coverage, that being $15,000, you have significant injuries, you have significant economic losses in the form of wage loss, you're not able to make a claim for recovery of that with your own insurance if you don't have the underinsurance coverage. So it's important to have both un- and underinsurance coverage as part of your insurance policy when you're looking at those options.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
Hazleton area wrestler Jimmy Hoffman hit the century mark on Wednesday. The junior won his 100th match as a Cougar with a technical fall over Crestwood's Sage George, and the Cougars beat the Comets 66-6. The Cougars bounced back after a loss to Tunkhannock last week. After his 100th win, Hoffman told Anthony Bellino of the Standard Speaker that his team stepped up in the practice room since that loss, and he added, quote, "It all went great tonight. We're going to make some noise come district duels." While Hoffman and the Cougars were celebrating in Mountaintop, the Penn State Hazleton community was having a good time at the Dr. Thomas M. Cassis Gymnasium. The local PSU campus honored Katie Bernard, who won the second ever United States Collegiate Athletic Association Women's Golf Championship. It's the first national championship earned at Penn State Hazleton since they joined the USCAA. We will talk more with Katie next week on FYI about her championship round and about her having her own banner hanging in Penn State Hazleton's gym. Just before the banner presentation, the Penn State Hazleton women's basketball team moved to 6-0 in the Penn State University Athletic Conference with a win over Penn State Schuylkill. This is a photo of Mackenzie Prutzman from the Standard Speaker. She had 14 points for PSUH. Alexis Daly Double, that's my new nickname for her because her last name is Daly and she's always getting double doubles. Well, anyway, she earned her 6th double-double of the season with 22 points and 11 rebounds in the win. Enough of me and my nonsense. Here's head coach Paul Appel talking about the win and the team's chances in the PSUAC.
We had just lost Monday night to Wilkes, and I didn't think we played very sharp. So yesterday in practice, we worked on cleaning up the things that we didn't do well, finishing around the basket, sharing the basketball, and defense. And today we came out and we were super intense, and we outscored them, I believe, by 17 or 18 in the first quarter. So the team really came out focused. We played team basketball, which we've been doing all season. My team is a super bunch. They share the ball. We don't have anybody that scores all the points every game. We have different people that are our highest scores every game, and we just had a great team effort tonight. The teams that we've played already have given us good games, and we have some teams on the horizon like Lehigh Valley and Brandywine and Beaver, who are traditional powers and who I've watched on film already this year and are going to be very challenging. That being said, we have a great squad, and I know we can compete night in and night out with anybody.
The Penn State Hazleton men's team lost 75-65 against Penn State Schuylkill. The Lamont White football camp scheduled for Saturday has been postponed. The camp, filled with former NFL players and college greats, including Major Harris and Aaron Beasley, will now be held Saturday, January 30th at noon at the Greater Hazleton YMCA. The camp again kicks off at noon. For more information, you can call 570-956-4520. We're going to wrap up the sportscast with an interview I did last week with 2 Cougar basketball players. Hazleton area is scheduled to play at Berwick on Friday, weather permitting. The Bulldogs are 4-2 in the Wyoming Valley Conference, and the Cougars are 6-0. And I want to thank Bobby Planutis for his answer to the first question. Good man, great basketball player. Let's check it out. Here with Bobby Planutis and Michael Casatis from the Hazleton area basketball team. And I'm going to start with you, Bobby. First time in a while that I've covered the Hazleton area team, maybe the first time since I've been covering the team, that this team has so much height. I mean, you're a very tall man. I didn't prep you for this, but if we played a one-on-one game to 5, how many points do you think I'd score against you?
Probably 5.
That was very nice of you, sir. With your height, though, you're still able to shoot outside in that. And how did you perfect an inside game but also be a good shooter? Was that years of just practice, or is that something that just came natural?
I mean, I was a guard my whole life, and then I sprouted up to 6'6", so kind of like a wing now. So, yeah, lots of practice and a growth spurt, yeah.
Definitely help out. And Michael, over here, the Cougar style has always been to me kind of run and gun, and you guys still have that. It seems like you like that pace. Has anything changed in practice, or has the style changed, or is it just business as usual for Hazleton area?
It's the usual. We have a lot of athletes, so we put them to use.
What's it like for you playing with you're a taller guy too, but I mean, what's it like with so much height this year for you guys? I mean, what's kind of the big strength?
You can throw it inside and you can get a bucket, so that's nice to do. And then we can score from the outside, so that's nice.
It works out, kind of every aspect of the game's working for you guys, right? Mm-hmm. And Bobby, a few years ago, we did a story with you, the Ridgewood Connection, about all of your friends and that guy sitting over there and some of the other people. I mean, you grew up with them. Who is the Ridgewood Connection? Give me a little update. You guys doing all right?
Oh, yeah. It's me, Shane, Jeff, Dante, and Sal. Sal's not around anymore. He's at Penn State, so we still play a little pickup with us 4, but...
Do you give Sal updates? I mean, is there phone calls anytime, or does Sal come home and still play with you guys?
Oh, yeah. We all go to the gym. We'll shoot around. Shane and Dante left with them, so, yeah.
So still doing all right, still some
Yeah.
pickup games over there in Ridgewood. Michaels, with so much success this year, and it looks like, I don't want to say flawless at times, I know you guys have some losses, but what are you still working on in practice, and what are you guys still trying to perfect as you try to win a district championship?
We have to keep our head right and just worry about us as a team. We'll do good.
All right, what was the best play so far this year? What's something you remember? You guys probably have a lot of highlights. What's one thing that really sticks out?
I threw an alley-oop to Bobby around out there, close to half court, and he hit it, he banged it.
And Bobby, did you think it was the oop play, maybe number
Oh
one?
yeah, oop plays and yeah, the oop ones are probably the coolest because that's more guys involved. But dunking on people like so.
Well, guys, best of luck the rest of the way. We appreciate it. Tonight, keep your eye on the Cougars and that Ridgewood connection. Thursday is $1 burger night at Bottlenecks. Get a juicy 4th pound burger for only $1 all night long.
Hey golfers, have we got the perfect vacation spot for you? Myrtle Beach. Signature Golf Packages builds and reserves the finest and most reasonably priced Myrtle Beach vacations. From scheduling your golf tee times to making your hotel accommodations. Oceanfront to golf course villas. Mark Paston, a Hazleton native, has been doing this for 10 years. Expect excellent customer service, local knowledge of all the courses, and the best golf vacation of a lifetime. Call now to learn all of the specials that Signature Golf Packages can offer you or your group. 866-462-9885 or book now at signaturegolfpackages.com.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's social news. Happy birthday, Rick Morelli. Love from your family, friends, and everyone here at SSPTV. In our Talk of the Town report, Christ United Church of Christ will be holding a chicken pie dinner Saturday, January 23rd from 4 to 7 p.m. at their location on Main Street in Cunningham. Cost is $8 per person, and proceeds benefit church repairs. For info, call 570-788-1964. Our next announcement, Christ Lutheran Church will be holding their annual Super Bowl soup sale Saturday, January 30th from noon to 2 p.m. 14 different varieties are available, and all proceeds benefit local charities. For info, call 570-788-5372. And finally, the Tamaqua Community Arts Center will be holding a teen yoga event Friday, January 29th from 6 to 8 p.m. The center is located at 125 Pine Tree in Tamaqua. For info about this event or anything happening at the Tamaqua Community Arts Center, just call 570-668-1192. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Frank Gorga of Pardeesville. Mass is Friday at 10 a.m. in the Good Shepherd Church. Friends may call Friday from 9 to 10 at the church. The Firo Funeral Home is handling the arrangements. Luis J. Miorelli of Cunningham. Mass is Monday at 10 a.m. at the St. John Bosco Roman Catholic Church. Friends may call at the church Sunday from 4 to 7 p.m. and Monday from 9 to 10 a.m. Arrangements are by the Joseph B. Conahan Funeral Home. Mildred R. Gerard of West Hazleton. Funeral is Saturday at 11 a.m. at the First Presbyterian Church. Friends may call Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. at the church. Arrangements are by the Ole Gottlob Funeral Home. And Jimmy Campanaro, formerly of Hazleton. Friends may call Sunday from 1 to 3 p.m. at the Fitzgerald Sommer Funeral Home.
We'll wrap up the week tomorrow on FYI. State Representative Tara Toohill will talk about a homeless shelter coming to Hazleton, and we'll have highlights from the Marion Shenandoah Valley boys basketball game. Until then, take it easy, everyone.